Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to make the Minnie Mouse cake topper, and we begin by selecting a circle. This circle is going to be for the head of Minnie Mouse. So what I like to do is kind of get a line in the middle of the circle, just so that it can be aligned and the ears are in the correct places. And for this first circle, I made the measurements 3.25 and then just try to align it again because it went a bit off as I made it a bit bigger. Then what I did was create another circle by clicking on shapes again, and I made the measurements of this circle 2.9. Then I moved the circle onto the first circle, and then what you do is you have to select both circles, then align them to center, then select both circles again and slice. So once you slice, you'll be left with the rim of the circle. Next, I'm going to make the ears, and you have to select two circles this time. For these circles, I just kept them at 2 inches, and then I aligned them. So here you'll see me just moving around and maybe counting the small squares just to make sure that there's the same amount of squares in between both ears. So once that's done, I select everything and weld them together. I then select again and change the color to pink, but I kind of don't like this pink. I wanted it a bit paler, so it's up to you how you want yours. Next, I'm going to offset. So I usually like to use 0.06. And again, I just change the color to white. Then I offset again, 0.06 again, leave that one at black. So now I'm going to select the hands. All my images I usually just get off Google and just remove the background. I'll put background remover in the description, or I pay for some of them. So once I download them from Google, I just upload them to Cricut Design Space. So I've selected the hand here and just changing the size to fit the ear and rotating it a little bit to how it's going to be on the final product. I change the color to white and then offset to 0.06 again. And once that's done, I just leave it at black. Unfortunately, because of the way I've edited the video, you can't really see that I went to upload and to my uploads to get all my images, but I selected the bow tie, and this will go on the other ear, but not in the print and cut form. So I'm going to change it to just the basic cut because I don't want all the dots and the pink and stuff like that. So I've changed it to basic cut, and then I'm going to change the color to pink. I then go into shapes again and get a circle. This circle is going to be quite small. I just want it for the middle because I usually put like a little pearl on top of the bow. So that's where I'm going to place the pearl. I then select both the bow and the circle and weld them together. Then I go back to shapes, get another circle. With this circle, I'm going to just make little dots inside the bow. So that it takes a little bit of time. So I wanted about 12 of them. So I select the bow and a small circle and then slice. So once you slice and you take away the circle and delete the other circle that's left behind, you should get a hole in the image, and then you just keep repeating that until you get all the holes that you need. So select, slice, and then move the circle. So it's easy to just move it to where you want your next hole and then delete the circle that's left behind. And yeah, just keep repeating that. Once all the holes are made, you just have to offset the bow now. So 0.06 again. And that one I'm going to change to white. And then I'm going to offset again. And with that second offset, it's going to be 0.06 again, and I'm going to change it to yellow. This yellow is actually glitter paper, so it's going to be a gold glitter paper. Once that's done, I select the bow and the offsets and go to arrange and group them so that they all move together. I then place them on the other ear. I then go back to upload. I have a folder for this particular cake topper and some others, only to make it easier to find images, because I have so many images and it's so hard to just go through all of them and find each one, especially if I'm doing a video. So right now I've selected the Minnie Mouse face. So I just adjust the size a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to put the face right in the middle. Then go back to upload, where I'm going to select the bow tie again. I'm so sorry, I think it's my Wi-Fi, but it just takes so long to upload. I'm so sorry. So yeah, add that to canvas. So this bow tie is the same as the one that we offset earlier. The only thing is, this one goes on top of the actual bow tie on Minnie's head, only because I wanted a 3D effect. So what I'm going to do is offset the bow 0.6 again and leave that at black, but I have to change it to basic cut, otherwise it's going to print and cut. So change it to basic cut so I can use whatever card I want to use. It's going to be black, so have the outline, and I wanted a much paler pink to what was on the original picture. That's why I used that bow instead of just using the bow that was already on Minnie's head. I go back to upload and select the hands because I also want a 3D effect with the hands. So with this, I used the same picture, but when I went onto background remover, I just removed all the rest of the image and was left with just the hands. That's how I ended up with just these two hands. So I adjust the hands just so that it covers the original hands, and it will give you that 3D effect once you use the thick double-sided tape. So this next part, I've already uploaded everything I need because I don't want you guys to go through my Wi-Fi traumas again. So I've got these two heads. I'm just going to adjust them to make them the size that I want them to be. And this time I initially did the offset at 0.06 as I usually do, but then I realized because it's such a small image, the offset looked a bit big. So I went back in and just used 0.04. Then I went to change it to basic cut because obviously it's a picture again, and change the offset to white. Offset again, and I'm going to use 0.04 again and leave that color at black. Then I just go back and arrange it again, group them together, like I said, just so that they can move together and just stick together. Then turn it how I would have it on the cake topper. Next will be the shooting star. So with this, I just adjust the size again and I go to duplicate. So I need 3 of them, so I duplicate twice and then just arrange them so that they're kind of overlapping on top of each other. Then I select all 3 of them and offset. I'm going to do this offset at 0.04 again because I needed it a little bit thinner, and then just delete the single stars. And just change that color. That's going to be yellow, so it's going to be the glitter gold card again. Then offset again, 0.04. Leave that at black. Offset again. And change that to white. Then just move it to where it's going to be on the cake topper. Duplicate that and flip it horizontal and put that one on the other side. Just make it a tiny bit smaller. And then I just deleted the other one because I could just duplicate this one and flip it again. So you realize that once you remove the background of the Minnie Mouse, because the eyes are a certain shade of white, the eyes are removed as well. So when you cut it, it will just be a hole in the eyes. So now I'm going to put some, well, I have to duplicate the Minnie Mouse first and the hands, and then place them together. And then what I'm going to do is make a circle and just make that circle a little bit smaller, just so I can cover the eyes of the Minnie Mouse. And then I will weld those two together, sorry, those three together, and then it will be a print and cut, so I have to change that to basic cut. And once that's done, I'm going to offset, and I'll offset that to 0.05 and just delete the grey image. So I'm now going to change that offset from black to white. And then I'm going to select Minnie again and just move her over to the white image. And what I'm going to do is bring it to the front. So I'm just going to move the Minnie Mouse to where it's going to be positioned on the actual cake topper. Bring the bowl forward. And then make it a little bit bigger. And then what I'm going to do is offset that. So with this hollow Mickey Mouse head, I'm just going to offset at 0.04 because they're quite small, and then just get rid of the original and change the color. I'm gonna have this white, and then duplicate it and just arrange them nicely. Group them. And then bring them where the rest of the images are. So the next bit is quite simple. I'm just going to write the birthday celebrant's name, but first I'm going to select my font, which I downloaded off DA font. I think it's called the font. I'm not sure if it's DA or the font. And the font I'm looking for is called Grow Bold. So I'm just going to type in a name. And then once that's typed, I'm just going to change the color. I want that gold again. And then I'm going to offset. This one's going to be 0.06. And then I'm going to change that to white. And offset again. and leave that one at black. Group them together. And then bring them where it's going to be on the topper. Just had to group the stars just so that I could bring them down. And then move it back, because once you group, for some reason your image will come to the front. So I did the same with the other side. And I'm just gonna type the age. So Lucy's gonna be 4, and then just do exactly the same thing that I did with the name. So for the last part, I like to use acetate. So if you don't know what acetate is, it's like a plastic sheet. For cake toppers, what you can do is cut a shape, so usually a circle, and then you pop glitter on top of one sheet. Use the thick double-sided padded tape. So if you want that clear but glittery effect, that's what this part is. So the size of the 2 circles, you can just make them 3.49, it's fine, and then I just place them behind the image. So that's the end of the tutorial, and just don't forget to save your work. So this is the finished product. As you can see, I added some lights. I'm going to list everything I used in the description box. But please like my video, comment and also subscribe. Thank you.